So Dan, we've got the transmission apart in your Excursion. That's pretty much what it looks like when it's all apart. And we'll go over a couple of things with you. Eric will contact you later on with the cost estimates as well. If we look inside the pan, you can see the pile of material here. You can see the amount of metal that's on top of this magnet. If the pan has just been off during a service, there really shouldn't be anything on here. That was one of our concerns. If that was totally clean, we may have looked at things a different way. So we suggested that we should take the thing apart and have a look inside. There was a solenoid performance code. I believe it was a P0783. This is the solenoid pack here. These are the individual solenoids and the pressure control solenoid. So this is the part that's going to be inside the transmission. This is the part that's sticking out. There's quite a bit of oil inside of the electrical cavity there. So oil has been wicking from inside the transmission to the outside. That can create some circuit problems. But we're going to be recommending putting a solenoid pack on it for that reason. Our bearings looked okay. Our planetaries, these are our planetaries here, they looked fine. We did have an issue with the intermediate sprag. The sprag allows this race to turn one way and then lock the other. But what it is the peanut-shaped elements may be really hard to pick up on the camera, but there's showing significant wear on the elements. And what we're afraid of is if it wears enough, this race will be the elements in the sprag flip over, and now this can turn both ways and you lose second gear. So we're trying to avoid a problem there, so we're going to be recommending the sprag. We also have some significant wear in the bushings. So down inside this sun gear, there's a bushing there and one on the other side. I flipped it over because it's a little easier to see the play, but basically this piece here we can wiggle. And if you look down along the shaft here, right down in that edge, you would see the wear from the bushing, which is quite common. So the bushings themselves help support everything in the center line. There's the front one there, and the rear one is there. So bushing's going to have to be replaced as well. That's just a wear item. As far as our clutches, these are the clutches going on for fourth gear. You can see the color of this one, and then these ones here are a little darker. So there has been a tiny amount of slippage in the overdrive clutch. The intermediate clutch looks okay. It's a dark green lining. There wasn't any slippage there. The low reverse clutch, there was a little bit of discoloration on the friction plate, so there was a little bit of slippage, but all in all, we'll say just a little. On the direct clutch, the friction material looks good. Slight wear on the teeth, so the teeth down in here on the friction plates. And our forward clutch, it looks fine as well. No slippage there. Another thing that's quite common on these transmissions is if you look at the wear right here, again it may be difficult to pick up with the camera, but this area here is what's contacting the case. So all of these looks like little notches in the end here. There's notch there, notch there. So this part of the center support is unworn, whereas this part is worn. And so what happens is this gets bolted. You can see the bolt holes there. Gets bolted to the case, and if it's worn, this center support ends up flexing like this inside the case and will wear inside of here and cause a forward clutch problem. So when we see that type of wear, what we do is we have this area machined out, and then we put a snap ring down in that location, and the snap ring is a uniform area for it to contact and eliminates that wear. Our pump, the real reason for the problem is the front seal. If we look at the gray material of the seal, you can see it's you can see these lines on here. The lines really should go all the way to the end. So this seal, the rubber is worn away in the seal. So the seal is going to be the reason for the leak. And as I said before, all the aftermarket seals are far better than this seal that's inside there. So, realistically, changing the seal in this case, it probably would have worked okay. It wouldn't have helped the wear we're seeing here, the wear on these bushings, and the wear here. But the reality is it actually would have worked but we don't know going into it how the rest of the stuff looks inside. So there should be a significant difference in price between the repair versus recondition estimates, with the repair being a 1-year warranty, recondition being a 3-year warranty. So as I said, someone will contact you a little later on, but you gotta kind of get the idea of what we found inside of the transmission. Thanks.